It turns out that Jandar has some new furry friends. But when it comes to painting the Frost Claw Paladins from Heroscape Age of Annihilation, it's important to remember that polar bears are vicious apex predators, and these miniatures should be painted as such. To begin, I have a dark gray spray primer. This is Mechanicus Standard Gray from Games Workshop Citadel line of paints, and I'm just applying it all over the miniature. And to hold the figure, I've got my custom 3D printed priming tool. You can find a link in the description of the video for more information on this particular item. We're going to begin with the polar bear's fur, and for that color I'm using Negative from CultCraft line of paints. It is a light gray color, and I'm going to kind of do a heavy dry brush over the fur, but still allow some of the dark gray spray primer to show through in between the mats. For the second step of the fur, we're going to use an off-white color. I've got Brain Matter Beige from Army Painter's War Paint series, and using a detail brush, you want to apply this to each of the tufts or mats of fur, so that way you have this bright white color on top, but you still have some of the light gray and dark gray showing through to give a nice variety to the animal's coat. Also, when it comes to painting the fur, don't forget about the hands and the feet. You want to paint those gray with some white highlights as well. Let's now move on to the various straps that hold the armor onto the polar bear. And for that, I've got a lighter brown color in the form of leather brown from Army Painter's War Paint series. I just want to give each of the straps a nice solid coat of this color. One last step for the straps as well as the pants that the polar bear is wearing. I'm going to make a black wash by taking some Unlight from CultCraft's line of paints, watering it down quite a bit, maybe 2 parts water to 1 part paint, and then go over each of the straps as well as the pants and just let that color dry, and it'll darken things up quite a bit. Now we're moving on to the armor being worn by the polar bears, and for this I've got a mixture of a neon blue color in the form of Temple Guard Blue from Games Workshop Citadel line of paints, as well as a metallic silver color, and I'm using Shining Silver from Army Painter's War Paint series, and I want to mix a color that's mostly silver, but just enough of the bright blue to tint it a little bit. You really still want to see that metallic silver color though, so if it doesn't look metallic, you're probably using too much blue. You may find that with your combination of colors, you'll need a second layer. Just let the first layer completely dry, and then apply a second one. Let's talk highlights of the armor. I'm going to take some of the Brain Matter Beige from earlier, mix it into this blue-silver mixture that I have in front of me, and then what I'm going to do is imagine there's a light source hanging off the shoulder of my miniature. Any of the edges or armor panels that are kind of facing that particular light source are going to get a little bit of this brighter blue metallic color. Also, with the various rivets on the armor, the sides of the rivets facing this light source, you want to give them a coat of this bright color as well. Opposite the light source, I'm going to need some shadows, and for that I'm using a contrast paint, Talisar Blue, Games Workshop Citadel line of paints, and I'm going to take this heavy wash and carefully run it along some of the raised areas of the armor panels where they'd be casting shadows, as well as in crevices between the armor panels, and also I may put a little of this on the opposite sides of the rivets, basically where they would be having a shadow from the light source. We're going to add some glowing sci-fi details to the miniature. I'm using my neon blue color, which once again is Temple Guard Blue from Games Workshop Citadel line of paints. I'm just going to pick out things that look cool and paint them in this color. Now the main focus I'm going to look at though are the various tubes that kind of run from the backpack to the fists. Let's add some more detail to the various wiring that goes from the backpack to the gloves. I'm going to take some of the blue contrast paint, which is the Talisar Blue from Games Workshop Citadel line of paints, and run a little bit of it in each of the little crevices between the segments in the wire just to add some more contrast to them. We've got a few last details before we get to the whole fun apex predator thing. So I'm going to be working here with some Seraphim Sepia from Games Workshop Citadel line of paints. It's one of their shades or washes in a dark brown color. I'm going to take a little bit of this and run over each of the teeth of the polar bear as well as his claws. And this will make them look a little bit more like a bone color. I'm also going to just pick a few random spots in his fur and put a little bit of this wash there, and it kind of makes his fur look a little bit more dirty. Two more quick facial details to take care of. One is the black nose, and two is going to be some blood red eyes. For that, I'm using Rapture from CultCraft's line of paints. To create the base, I'm going to take some run-of-the-mill Elmer's glue and mix that in with some Battlefield Snow from the Army Painter. This is going to turn the glue into a bit of a paste, and you can stick that kind of lumpy-ish on the base of the miniature to give that snowfield look. If you find that it is not sticking to the base of the miniature, you've got too much snow to glue ratio, add some more glue and it should stick all right. Once the glue is on the base, immediately kind of clean off any of the glue that got around the side of the base, and then what you want to do is dip the whole thing in the box of Battlefield Snow, and therefore to give it a final top coat of snow on top of the glue structure. Now before we get to the really fun step of painting the miniature, we're going to have to let the base dry a little bit longer. What we're going to do in the meantime though is apply a black coat of paint around the edge of the base. At this point I realized I missed a step with my armor on the polar bear. What you want to do is take a little bit of your metallic silver. Once again, I've got Shining Silver from Army Painter's War Paint series. And with a detail brush, you want to put a little bit of this around some of the edges of the armor panel, and this kind of gives the illusion that the blue paint has been chipped away and you're kind of looking at the raw metal underneath. Now we're going to really bring out the apex predator inside the polar bear by taking a blood red color. I've got Rapture from CultCraft's line of paints and applying it liberally across the miniature, focusing on fists, feet, the mouth area, the armor for good measure, and of course you're going to want some splotches down in the snow. And for this final step of the blood, it's a mixture of dry brushing as well as kind of some intelligent positioning of the paint using a detail brush. That's all I have for you guys today. I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield. I want to thank you guys all for watching. If you're interested in my 3D printed priming tool, you can find a link for more information about that down in the description below. And if you are interested in 3D printing in general, be sure to check out my line of 3D printed military sci-fi vehicles that kind of hide off the side over here, over at fracturedcolony.com, because, well, I may be having a few new ones come out here in the not too distant future. So I'll see you guys all next time.